Hey everyone, in this demo I'll walk you through an LLM agent that we created which does multiple LLM calls in a multi-step process to reach an objective. So we picked a really cool use case to demonstrate this capability. This is basically to look at the top AI research papers from archive repository and then analyze the trends, extract the top keywords, compare the different methodologies in the top papers, and then display it in a Chrome plugin, and also send an email to the specified email address. And we call this superpool plugin as PaperSage. Let's quickly look at the code behind it. So we mainly created two folders. One is agent and one is Chrome plugin. The agent contains the Python code that does the backend process of making LLM calls, hitting the archive repo and getting the top research papers. You can see multiple files that's for experimentation, but the main file, there's only one file, which is the research papers analysis agent.py. We mainly have four functions. The first function is to fetch the papers. As you can see, we are only interested in the large language model or the Gen AI topics. So our first function gets these from the archive. We use the archive SDK. It has a free API using which you can get. And initially we get top 10 results. And what we do is we do some kind of ranking in the top 10 results to pick only the top three. As you can see the ranking here. It's a pretty simple ranking. We look at the presence of some keyword and then do the ranking just to pick the top three because of the real estate. We also have a class created at the top called research paper. Basically, that contains the information about the paper like title, abstract, URL, publish date. We can add as many as you want, like the authors, the number of citations, etc. But just for the sake of the demo, we are using only a few limited attributes of the research paper. So that's our first function. The second function is to analyze the trends, where the top papers that we get, we would like to understand the trends, mainly to look at the research topics and themes, the novel methods or approach, the common application or use cases of those proposed methods, the technical challenges, and the future directions. This also a separate LLM code. Then in the third step, we extract the top keywords. Now this could have been done using an LLM, but just to save the number of APIs calls to the LLM, we just decided to use a very simple keyword extraction based on a list of static keywords just to demonstrate the capability. But this could be improved. So basically, it looks at different categories and different keywords, category specific keywords, and checks the presence of that, and then returns that as a result. The fourth and final function is compare methodologies, where among the top three selected papers, we would like to compare the different aspects. like the novel approaches and architectures detailed in those papers, the training and fine tuning method, the evaluation techniques, the performance metrics, and any implementation challenges and the solutions. These are the top, are the main four methods, and there is one main function which we call it as analyze papers, which calls all these function in sequence. As you can see the system prompt, you are an AI research analyst specializing in Gen AI and LLM papers, and it also calls all these available function. And then it also says that you do not include multiple responses, give only one response at a time, etc. And then since we have four step, we have a maximum iteration set as 6. Then every iteration it will append the previous response to the prompt, and which is getting appended in the assigned in the current assigned to the current query variable. And we are also adding another additional text, what should I do next. All these will be passed along with the system prompt as the final prompt to be given to the model. And we get the response, and we pass the response and post process the response to produce the final results. And there is a function mapper and a function caller method. You can see the function mapper here. We have mainly four function, and there is a function caller method which will call the function based upon what you have given or what you are interested to call. Sorry. Yeah, here, right? So that's about the agent. And there is another important thing. This file, as you can see, can be called in isolation as an independent file. There's a main function you can call this, but to make it consumable via a Chrome extension, we are exposing this via an endpoint. So we created a Flask server and endpoint that's available in app.py, and we are exposing this as endpoint. You can see the app.py here, where we are creating a Flask server, and we are mainly calling the analyze endpoint. We are exposing the analyze endpoint, which intend as the analyze trend, extract keywords, compare methodology, fetch papers, analyze trends, extract keywords, compare methodologies in sequence, which are nothing but the functions that are available in the research paper analysis agent. And all these independent functions, these function can be called in independent independently using the respective endpoint. You can see the papers, trends, keywords, methodologies. And there is another extra additional capability that we are exposing via send email, as send email, where you can get these responses and send this a response in a beautiful HTML formatted page to the specified email ID. All these we are exposing as endpoint, so that we can consume it via in our Chrome plugin. Let's quickly see the Chrome plugin. You can see the Chrome plugin folder, and we have background.js, which mainly does the makes the call to the APIs asynchronously. As you can see, it's an asynchronous function calling the fetch papers. We also have a function capability to run this as a job every morning 9 o'clock. so that every morning it makes a calls to this analyze papers, analyze the top research three research papers in the last 30 days and displays in the pop-up window, and it will also send an email to you as a daily digest or summary. You have the manifest JSON, which has the metadata. You have the pop-up HTML, which contains the HTML layout, and we have the pop-up JS, which has the event handling functions written. Now let's see how we can enable this function, this extension in the Chrome. Go to Chrome, go to the, let me just remove this. Go to manage extension, go to load unpacked, go to your plugin. The name we have given it as PaperSage. Click on it, select the folder. You are done. Your PaperSage is available here. Now you can go here and click on it. It will ask you for your email for daily update. You can give your email ID. You can also save settings. You can then analyze the papers by clicking. Otherwise, every 9 o'clock in the morning, it will send you this digest as an email. You can do this by clicking the analyze button on demand. Yeah, we get failed to fetch. The reason is we have not started our API server. So the important thing to do is you need to come here, open the terminal, start your Flask server by running python app.py. Yeah, it's up and running. Now go back to your Chrome, click on it again. You can see it's calling asynchronously, and there is a loader message that shows up, and it shows the results in a very simple, easy to read layout. As you can see, the first section talks about latest papers. It displays the top three latest papers in the Gen AI and LLM space. Then it shows among these three what are what do they discuss, the main topics, novel methods, applications, challenges, future directions. Then what are the key topics in these categories that they talk about, and finally a comparison of the methodologies, mainly from the perspective of novel approaches, training methods, evaluation techniques, metrics, challenges, and solution. This will also send an email to the specified email ID here. I hope you like the video and hope you like the tool and this LLM capability. Thank you for watching.